Okay, so it's day 8, no, 7. We've had the house for a week now. Tomorrow is actually like Friday to Friday. So today's a Thursday. We're doing another load. We still have all kinds of piles everywhere so far. Primarily toys have been moved. We did actually move some stuff that was from our bedroom and maybe some kitchen stuff that doesn't have anything to do with toys. That still needs to move also. But we have family and friends lined up on Saturday to come help him in bookcases. So everything that we've carried in has gaps along the wall. And I actually went around and like put up post-it notes. Some of them fell down. But it says like what bookcase we need and how many go in that space so that folks can help us get them in the right spots when we move bookcases on Saturday. So that's what I just walked back here. I hadn't seen that we're like almost to the point of having toys reaching the ceiling in here. And it's not just like one row. It's these 3, 4 in the front, and then another one, and then another one. Those aren't quite as high yet, probably just because Aaron hasn't made his way around over here. But holy moly, that's a lot of toys. Because that's all that is toys that's moved so far in those spaces. Behind me, this whole wall, we're going to be putting bookcases on. So from kind of where the light switch is forward here, we're going to put bookcases. So that's empty, but the whole center of the room. And it's not a small room. It's a good sized room full of toys. Something else that I just saw, okay? So this is the Cobra Terradrome with Firebat. It's a mouthful. It's the Terradrone box. I have seen this box at the other house many times, but it's usually either up on a shelf or we had a weird spot like in the back that it was sitting. And it hasn't been out where I was like right next to it. I didn't realize how big this was. It's like almost up to my hip. It's above my knee, mid-thigh, high thigh, and it's almost just as long and like 18 inches deep maybe. I don't know, maybe it's 12. I knew that playset was big. Until you see some of these things in person, it just doesn't hit you as to how big these playsets were. When we get the flag out and get it assembled, that will be another one that I have seen in person multiple times. So I know what that one is. But it is amazing that they came up with some of these playsets being as big as they are. Hey folks, so we are trying to pick up the U-Haul so that we can move bookcases tomorrow while we have some family and friends coming over to help us. And I said we needed to get the U-Haul the day before because I've run into a number of issues when moving before. They didn't have a U-Haul available when I have reserved one, or it was not back because the previous renters weren't done with it, or a number of things. So we set up oh, you got the door open. Okay, this is progress. Set up the rental to be at 10 p.m. and Aaron thought that they were going to be open till midnight. There's no one here. So we're reading instructions on where to find keys and then which row and location to try to find a truck that is supposed to be rented to us. So Aaron's been roaming around the parking lot trying to find it, but he just opened a door on one. So I think we're making progress. Moving. It's rough. We'll keep you updated. Okay, so Aaron was over by, let me see if I can get my finger in there. Ah, right there. The one closest to the tree. Oh, there he is. There were lights and he got a door open. Now he's coming back. We'll see what he says.
Found the truck. I'm looking for the key.
You're looking for the key?
Yeah.
So Aaron walked off that direction now, which is the opposite of where the truck is. Somewhere out here, there's supposed to be a lockbox or something that he can pull a key out of and get the key so he can drive off, I guess, without even talking to anybody. But he hasn't returned. So we'll see what happens next. Okay, so now Aaron is walking back over towards the truck that we believe is the one we're supposed to rent. He didn't come by and say anything. I assume that means he found the keys. I don't know. Let's see if he gets in. Okay, it's not looking promising since he's just standing there staring at his phone still. Walking around the truck again with his flashlight on. His phone, I think he thinks maybe the key is attached to it somewhere. I'm not sure. Oh, he's coming back around. And now somebody else has joined us in the parking lot. They're just sitting in the middle of the driveway behind us. And he's still looking for the key. It's like a geocache. If it's somewhere on the truck that you have to figure out where they stuck it. But it's not going real smoothly. Okay, I got an update. And Aaron stood there like this for a long time. So I finally called him. He did find the key, was able to get it off of the truck somehow, and is finishing out the paperwork that they have online to, before we drive off, making sure there's nothing wrong with the truck. So this looks like it will be a successful trip. We'll have the U-Haul to be able to load the bookcases on tomorrow. And hopefully we'll be done for today after this. So our trip to the U-Haul looks like it's gonna be successful. We're tired. This is day 8, I guess. We've had the house for a full week and we're on to one day in. Today we moved more toys. We moved things that weren't toys that were on bookcases. We moved shelves that were on the bookcases, and I don't want to have to take out all the little brackets that hold the shelves in place, that go in the holes in the side of the bookcase, because some come out really easily, but then some don't come out, and we have to get the pliers out, and we have different types because we've had to pick up different bookcases at different times. Even within a matter of 1 to 2 years, they changed the style like 3 different times at least. So we're taping those on with painter's tape, and that way hopefully they won't come loose while we move them around and while they jiggle for the, less than 2 miles to the new house, and then get them out, and then we'll just pull that tape back off and be able to put shelves back on. At least that's the plan. I had one mishap with the AT-AT Lego Star Wars AT-AT doing like a whole probably 360. It was hard to tell because it was flying at me at the time. I didn't realize it was on the top of one of the bookcases that I was trying to pull a shelf out of, and the shelf wouldn't come out, and so the whole bookcase kind of shook because there's nothing on it now, weighing it down, and the AT-AT like jumped off at me and hit me in the face. I think my glasses protected me some, and he survived with minimal. I caught him before he hit the ground, and he survived without too many pieces coming off. So that thing hurt. Yeah, they have big feet. So, and Legos are hard. But aside from just being really tired and sore and just going nonstop trying to get things ready so this will be successful tomorrow, we are more or less doing a good job and making progress. We'll keep you up. Okay. It looks successful. We're ready to go. So the day of moving the bookcases has arrived, and we can see before and after comparisons here as we pan through some of the rooms in the house that had a lot of bookcases, starting from our son's room and on into Becky's office, into the family room, During this time, we used the floating shelves that were recently installed, assuming we were going to be staying at the house longer, to hold built Lego sets that didn't have a safe place to stay while we were moving the bookcases from one place to the other. These videos are panning opposite directions, but you can get the point of how many Lego were on the shelves in the Lego room before we had to clear them out. And then it was on to moving. Even with the goal of just moving the bookcases and having a U-Haul dedicated just to having the space for those without boxes and other stuff that could have been carried over, it took all day. We ended up doing 3, maybe 4 trips with loaded U-Haul and bookcases to get everything over. And then in the end, we hauled a couple last items too, since we had the help. Even after all of our efforts to get prepared, there was still a lot of work at the old house after we got those bookcases out. But you can see it's starting to change. Moving 100 plus bookcases also means that you have lots of shelves to carry over. This was just some of the ones that we had piled up in different spaces around the house. We'd also like to really say thank you to our friends and family who came over and helped us move all these bookcases. Without them, we would never have been able to get this done. Moving a toy collection, it's a lot of work. We're tired. And it's only week 1.